let's talk about shame. All right. So what is shame and how does it work in the sex addiction cycle? Well, let's define shame using Brene Brown's perspectives. If you don't know who Brene Brown is, just look her up. She's got some great TED Talks out there. She's got multiple books out, and all of her information is great. It's super funny, super fun to learn. So I'm sure you'll learn a lot if you check her out. But she defines shame by comparing it with guilt. So then what is guilt? Guilt is doing something wrong, knowing you did something wrong, feeling bad about it, and yet knowing that you can overcome it, you can learn, you can grow, you can move on with your life. Shame is very different. Shame is doing something wrong, knowing you did something wrong, feeling bad because not only did you do something wrong, but because you did something wrong, there must be something wrong with you. There must be something bad about you, and then you feel bad, and that feeling of negativity can linger. And when it lingers, then it creates maladaptive behaviors. So what would that look like in sex addiction? So let's just take a short, easy example. Let's say a 12, 13-year-old acts out sexually in some particular way. Immediately, the first thoughts that he has is I'm not telling anybody. I'm not telling mom and dad. They're going to lecture me. They could also get me in trouble. They could think poorly of me. And I'm definitely not telling my siblings or friends, because if I tell them, they're going to make fun of me and see me differently as well. And so this boy doesn't want anyone thinking anything different about him. He doesn't want anybody seeing anything bad about him, in essence. And so that is shame, and it leads to the behavior of secrecy and hiding. So he doesn't tell anybody, he hides it all, and yet most likely, at least in this case, he continues the sexual behaviors. And because he's hiding it, the sexual behaviors become more entrenched, they probably escalate, and then he becomes a sex addict until his life blows up, all because of shame. And there's a lot of more examples about shame and sex addiction, but that's just a real simple one that you can understand. And it just proves the point that part of the healing process when it comes to sex addiction is overcoming shame so that we can open up about our sexual behaviors and share it with appropriate people who can in turn help us learn to overcome our addiction issues.